thought I'd check in with my guides this evening. Am I talking to my spirit guides tonight? Yes. Okay, wonderful. So in our last session, we were talking about the oversoul and how a portion of the oversoul comes into the earthly experience, but the oversoul remains in the divine realms, and maybe obviously just a fractal of source comes into the incarnation. Yes, okay. So that got me thinking. I was wondering if more than one fractal from the oversoul or higher self can come into the earthly experience at the same time. Yes, okay. So just out of curiosity, how many incarnations do I have going on at this time? 3. Now that's interesting. Okay, so I am a female in this incarnation. Am I a female in all incarnations? No. Okay, so how many incarnations am I a female in? 3. Oh, 2. I'm sorry. So I am a female in 2 incarnations and a male in 1 incarnation. Okay, that's interesting. Is it possible that I could run into myself in an incarnation in the earthly experience? Yes. Now that's fascinating. Now, why would I not know myself? Why would I not recognize myself? Or would I? Would I recognize myself? If you wouldn't mind expanding on that, that would be wonderful. Y O U W O U L D would R E C O G N I Z E, recognize. Y O U R S E L F. You would recognize yourself. So how would that happen? I mean, would I just have a knowing that I felt an alignment with this other incarnation that I didn't completely understand? So I would just have a sense of connection maybe, and just a strong sense of knowing that there was a connection there, but I wouldn't really understand from this perspective that it was just another part of my own self here. Okay, that's fascinating. Okay, so does every oversoul have multiple incarnations going on at the same time? No. Okay, so sometimes based on the needs and maybe even lessons, the oversoul wants their, I don't know what to call it, incarnation to learn. They can decide how many incarnations they wish to be in, I guess this might be a way to say it. Okay. Is there anything else you can provide, any more information you can provide on this subject? Yes. Y O U R Eeyore HIGHER higher SEL F higher self I S is I N N C H A R G E. Your higher self is in charge. So your higher self makes all of the decisions about the incarnations. Do they also choose, I would imagine, the location, maybe country, female or male, the sex of the incarnation, race, just all of those things are decided by the higher self. And what are some reasons why they may choose different bodies to have these experiences in. What I'm guessing is it's probably based on the lessons they would like to learn and maybe the best places to learn those lessons. Yes, that is a huge yes. Okay. I'm just trying to think what else I might want to know. I guess another question that occurred to me, is it possible in the incarnation to connect with our higher self via meditation? Yes. Or through another way, possibly through, maybe through a pendulum, or through maybe signs and synchronicities and symbols. So the higher self could be offering guidance in a subtle way to the being in the incarnation in relation to lessons that they may need to learn. Would that be accurate? Yes. Okay, wonderful. I have heard people talk about twin flames, and is that a real phenomenon? I don't know a lot about twin flames. I really don't. So would you mind explaining what exactly that means from your perspective? Yes, okay. T, W, I, and twin, F, L, A, M, E, as twin flames, A, R, E, R, P, A, R, T, as parts, O, F of, T, H, E, the, S, A, M, E, same, C, O, N, S, C, I, O, U, S, N, E, S, S, consciousness. Twin flames are parts of the same consciousness. Okay, so does each consciousness, what it sounds like you're saying is that the consciousness could be maybe split in two or into multiple parts. Okay, that's interesting. It's kind of difficult to understand from this perspective. Yes, okay. And these lives that are happening, they could all be happening at the same time. And are the past lives happening at the same time? Yes, because we've talked about time being an illusion and that everything is happening simultaneously. So I guess that makes me wonder, can we connect or discover? There have been a lot of past life regressions that people do, so we can connect or learn about these past and parallel lives through meditation? Yes. Okay. Interesting. Okay. All right. Well, this is a fascinating topic. Is there anything else you'd like to add about past or parallel lives or the higher soul? Yes. Okay. Wonderful. T, H, E, the, H, I, G, H, E, R, higher, S, O, U, L, higher soul, I, S, is, Y, O, U. The higher soul is you. So it is you. So you are just in this incarnation, and you're just unaware that your higher soul, which is you, is existing in a different dimension. Would that be a good way to describe it? Yes. Okay. And what prevents us from realizing that? Because a lot of people might say, well, why don't I know that? Why don't I know that in this incarnation that I'm just a fractal of this consciousness? What would be the reason for that? T, H, E, the, V, E, I, L, veil, O, F of F O R G E T F U L L N E S S, the veil of forgetfulness. So when we come into the incarnation, we have amnesia, and that's so we can have a pure, objective experience without the knowledge and understanding of all of those past and parallel lives. I think we had a session about this a very long time ago. We talked about this. Okay, is this veil of forgetfulness lifting slowly and maybe even quickly? It seems like it's getting faster and faster. A lot of people are awakening to the true nature of reality. And in another session, the reason for that is because the earth is ascending in frequency. And so this knowledge is now being imparted to us in the incarnation as part of her, because she is a conscious being herself, evolution in consciousness and frequency. Okay. All right. Well, that's a lot of interesting information. Is there anything else you'd like to add on this particular topic? No. Okay. All right. W E we L O V E love Y O U. We love you. Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much for this information. Sending you much love and gratitude. Good night.